What's up guys, ShinyHunterDestroyer here and welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Journeys anime discussion video. Today we'll be talking about episode 59, which is titled The Lost Grookey, Who is the Trainer? This episode, I have mixed opinions about it. I hope you guys will listen to what I have to say about it, but Grookey is here, so let's go! Today's episode starts in a dream, specifically Go's dream, where his parents have turned into Rillabooms. Once he saw his parents in this dream, of course he would freak out. Once jolting up from his nightmare, he looks to his arm and sees a Grookey sleeping on his arm, and, well, Go freaks out again and yells, waking up Ash. Grookey also wakes up and gives Go, Ash, Pikachu, anything in the vision of it, a little bit of a bonk. Go tries to catch Grookey, but his own Rotom phone yells at him to not be a thief, because Grookey already has a trainer. Where did Grookey come from? Well, we're gonna have to figure that out, but they're also going to have to get Grookey to chill out as it runs out and just causes more havoc. Once they caught Grookey, they headed out with Yamper so they can follow Grookey's path to the lab. In the middle of this trek, they stop at a park where Grookey once again shows off its energetic behavior by messing around with another trainer's Marowak. After the trainer walked away, they see that Grookey was tired and decided to take a little food break. During this, Grookey goes over to a flower patch in the garden and revitalizes it, making the flowers stand again. Go sees this and is impressed by how kind this made Grookey look, and then Grookey went bonk! They manage to get to the end of the Centro where they end at a Pokemart. They enter the Pokemart and talk to the staff in there and are able to take a look in the security camera footage outside the mart. They find out that the Team Rocket's gotcha machine was accidentally dropped outside the mart and a Pokeball was let out. This Pokeball was the Pokeball Grookey was in. This meant that Grookey was actually Team Rocket's Pokemon. Once Go said that to Grookey when they left the mart, Grookey jumps off and looks either disappointed or scared, but Go makes sure to say that he's not mad about it. A net falls onto Pikachu and Grookey and Team Rocket appear. The gotcha machine falls down as usual, and one Pokeball comes out. When Jessie attempts to let the Pokemon inside the Pokeball come out, though, nothing came out. The paper usually in them, though, did, and it said that the Pokemon in the Pokeball was supposed to be a Grookey. Jessie returns Grookey into the Pokeball, and Team Rocket Smokeball away. Ash and Go walk away from the situation for the day, but before leaving, Go finds Grookey's stick on the floor. Grookey must have dropped it, so he keeps it on him. While Grookey was with Team Rocket, Ash and Go end the day thinking about Grookey, hoping he was having a good time. Mostly Go, who kept Grookey's stick in his hands while he slept. The next morning, Go skips breakfast to find Grookey to give back its stick. Ash follows along, of course. Yamper is once again brought with them as well to sniff out Grookey's scent. Yamper brought them back to the park and to the flower patch that Grookey grew before. When Grookey popped its head up, it was a happy reunion, with Grookey just jumping into Go's arms. Once Go and Grookey have their reunion and Grookey gets its stick back, Team Rocket appear and try to get back Grookey from Go. Grookey ran away from Jessie, who is trying to return it back into the Pokeball. Go and Ash help, standing in the way of Jessie and Grookey to protect Grookey. The Pokeball is knocked out of Jessie's hands by Pikachu, and Grookey finishes the Pokeball off by breaking it with its stick. Grookey looks back to Go and signals that he wants to be caught by him. Jessie and Go throw Pokeballs at the same time towards Grookey because they both want them, and Grookey knocks Jessie's Pokeball to the ground, allowing itself to be captured by Go. Once Team Rocket is blasted off, we see Grookey back at the Cerise Park, and Grookey apologizes to Chloe's Eevee from being rowdy the other day, but then immediately gets on Eevee's back. With this, the episode comes to an end. So, at the start of this video, I said I had mixed opinions on the episode, and I do. I'm actually happy with a lot of things this episode, though. One, my prediction about Go getting Grookey was correct, and that already makes me feel so much better in my ability to talk about journeys. And two, I'm happy that I was able to feel happiness seeing Go and Grookey hug it out, have a reunion, and just be pretty gosh darn adorable. Only one main thing bothered me this episode, but I think they made up for it in the end. Maybe a little. Maybe a little. I'll talk about that later. First, I want to touch on the thoughts about Go getting Grookey real quick. You can be happy, you can be sad, you can be mad about it. I get it. Some people wanted to see a different person with a Galar starter, but hashtag cancel Go was a thing that was happening, and really? I mean, I'm biased towards Go's side 100%, but what? Anyway, I'm happy with how the episode was for both Grookey and Go. Go worrying about Grookey was something that just touched my heart, and that little reunion they had at the end was just heart-touching to me. They were meant for each other or something. But seriously, I honestly loved how Grookey and Go were bonding. I mean, to be fair, it was mostly just bonk bonk, but it was fun. It was cool, and in the end, they really made it feel like something. I actually really enjoyed how Grookey was introduced. Grookey originating from Team Rocket was, in my opinion, a good decision. It's the one creative thing that has come out of the Gacha Machine, and it's the one episode where the Gacha Machine makes an appearance and doesn't really make me mad. It was just so unexpected to me, compared to so many other possibilities. That could be good, that could be bad, but afterwards, seeing Grookey sort of understand the situation, trying to run away from Team Rocket from the start instead of questioning what was happening, that brings up a question about Team Rocket. Where do those Pokemon in the Gacha Machine come from? And how are they raised? If Grookey knew what was happening, there must have been something that made Grookey feel like he had to run away from Jessie, who was telling Grookey to return. Even when Go brought up Team Rocket, Grookey wasn't energetic anymore, but instead Grookey hid behind Pikachu from some sort of fear. Could I be overanalyzing this? Yes, absolutely, but I still think it's an interesting situation nonetheless. Watch it just be Grookey not wanting to think about leaving Go at the moment because Grookey was already having fun or something. But yeah, Grookey and Team Rocket I feel will never have a next part to it, but it would be cool if they're able to use the fact that Grookey came from Team Rocket in a future episode. Maybe a new Team Rocket arc or something of that sorts. I would actually pop off if I saw that because I just said it in this video. Speaking about that scene though, I want to talk about when Team Rocket smoke balled and escaped Ash and Go. It felt like, well, it felt like that Team Rocket getting Grookey wasn't a big deal to Ash and Go. Yes, you can make the argument that Team Rocket escaped and they didn't know where to go, but they had Yamper and Grookey's stick. They could have tried to sniff out Team Rocket because heck, that was what they did the next day. Alright. What about the argument about them already trying to do something like that? Well, I feel like that doesn't connect. The next day wasn't about trying to save Grookey or anything of that sort. The next day was about returning Grookey's stick. Ash didn't really have it in mind at all until Go was leaving to do just that. It's not too hard in my mind to conclude that they, well, not necessarily didn't care about it, but I would think they would be worried if they searched and couldn't find it the first time, right? Okay, yes, Team Rocket did technically own Grookey. This is very true and a valid argument. But it's Team Rocket! Those are the people you're trying to keep Pokemon away from, right? That's why it just seems so out of the ordinary that the comment after that whole escape happened was, I hope Grookey is doing alright. This did end up with a wholesome moment and Go holding Grookey's stick to sleep. I'm all for wholesome, so you know what? That's alright. But still, it was something that I immediately thought of when I saw this part of the episode. But after all that, I'm still happy with this episode in its entirety. Maybe not in its entirety, but overall, I think Grookey is a fine fit for Go, and I don't think that it would have worked well with either Ash and Chloe due to how their characters are being developed right now. With Chloe, Eevee should be the main focus, and with Ash, well, he already has too many Pokemon that he can handle right now. Development for specific Pokemon is hard to come by these days, so I think Grookey is safe with Go. Will Grookey get a lot of development? I predict not as much as we hope, just based off of how much Sobble has gotten ever since its appearance, but it's not the last day we'll see of Grookey, I'm sure of it. I mean, this episode sets up really only a little bit of Grookey's personality and Go catching Grookey. We still have Team Rocket, if that's ever going to be a thing, and we still have to see if they're going to do anything or connect anything with this whole thing. It all started with dropping the Gacha Machine. Overall, though I had a major complaint this episode, what really matters to me is the impact of the outcome of each episode, especially major capture episodes. This episode did an alright job in that department in showing that bond between Go and Grookey, with Go worrying about Grookey and Grookey just overjoyed in seeing Go again and Grookey hitting Go with a stick. In the end, I was happy for the two of them, which is always a good spark in my rating book. It's a question mark right now if we're going to get more of Grookey and Team Rocket, but there is definitely an opportunity, and it's good on this episode for sort of setting that up, at least in my mind. I wouldn't call this an insane episode, but I still enjoyed this episode. It's a very interesting episode with some elements that made it one of the, well, weaker of the major capture episodes, but I feel like I still liked this episode more than most people. Either way, Go owns Grookey, which means all Galar starters, which also means cute. And that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please consider hitting the like button because that is super highly appreciated. If you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. What do you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a nice day, guys. Peace out.